So one of the things that happens after your theater company's been around for a couple decades is that folks start asking you what your education program is going to be. When we started thinking about what is a way that we can make a difference in the world. We can't solve hunger and stop the nuclear proliferation, but we can do things on a small level with people using theater. As theater makers, we all fall in love by sitting in the audience first. And that's when you have the opportunity to say, wow, maybe I could love to do this myself someday. But if you're 22 years old and you're working at a coffee shop, you don't have $30 to buy a ticket to go see a play. And so we decided we'd come up with this program that would allow people that are 25 and under to buy a $5 ticket.
During the Rover, we have to cross around the building when we have to enter through the audience. And what we could tell by the state of the bike racks, by how many bikes were on the bike racks, how good the show was going to be. Because if there were a bunch of bikes on the bike rack, then there were a bunch of kids in the audience, then there's going to be a really rockin' show. And on Thursday nights, when there are $5 tickets for people under 25, the bike racks were always packed.
Lainey's been coming to see shotgun shows consistently since 2010.
I'm sitting in the audience, I love what I'm watching, now I want to find a way to participate. So we have a mentorship program that takes these 20-year-olds, these folks in their late teens, and gives them real life opportunities, not just to be sitting in the office and stapling reports, but to work on shows, to understudy plays, to sit in on the rehearsals and help take notes and give those notes to the director.
So it started just by us coming to see their plays, and then also it's sort of grown into recently hiring us and bringing us actually into the space. So I am the production assistant on Shotgun's current show, Heart-Shaped Nebula.
It's hands-on. It's like where you were watching, now you are participating and you are contributing. That deepens everything.
Yeah, as I was interning, just happened to be running the auditions and was watching people, got the nerve up to audition. Next thing I know, getting cast in a three-year voyage. Coast Utopia was like my grad program, really, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Being able to come in and see these plays was already a blessing. And then to be able to have talkbacks and be in rehearsal spaces and actually communicate with the director of that, it was something that really opened my eyes, me personally, because it's I think I really want to do this. So it's yeah.
The other part of our program, the third part, is something we call the creation part of the program. There are 5 or 6 different theater companies throughout the year that we mentor and help them as they're getting their footing and trying to figure out their own way of mounting their own play.
Fusion is the theater company that formed out of the Laney Theater Arts program. What we've been working to do is turn Fusion into its own professional theater company, which would be one of the first of its kind of young, predominantly people of color, still students themselves who are making, interesting and engaging plays.
Well, so the work trade was really neat for a lot of reasons. One thing that was really cool was that we got free space, which is amazing, because as a young theater company, we don't have anything in the bank. So what we have is time. And we ended up getting a lot more than just space out of that. We also made friends and made relationships with these other artists and these other companies that were coming in, and ended up casting a bunch of them in the free theater shows, and then some free theater actors ended up working with these other companies. And then I ended up just kind of mentoring some high school kids, and so just some really neat things started to happen.
In 2014, Shotgun had invited the Fusion Theater Project of Laney College to perform on their stage.
So one, it was just an amazing learning opportunity, but then two, a play about your home written by young women that look like you and kind of come from similar backgrounds is really empowering and moving, and to see that go up onto a professional stage means a lot to me.
You can be yourself, and you don't have to worry about other people judging you. As long as you're not judging yourself, everything else doesn't really, matter, because you have the stage to really just tell the story, especially if you're passionate about the story that you're telling. It makes you even just want to go back for more and just keep going and going. So I think that theater helps people be comfortable with who they are.
The energy when you're working with these young people, it has this way of the energy circles back around, and their enthusiasm and their passion and their new ideas are feeding up into the older generation of 30s and 40s and 50-year-olds who've been making it. And so the Make a Difference program is our way for us to not only to give back, to pay it forward as it was to us, to this younger generation, but also for them to nurture us and to support us and to inspire us so that we're able to have this multi-generational experience that's happening here.